For many years, solid fuel has been losing its ground to gas. This was due to the fact that burning wood and coal is the least effective. It seemed that just a little longer, and solid fuel would remain only in memories of ancient hearths and archaic locomotives. However, it is still too early to write it off. A pyrolysis long-burning boiler allows to increase the efficiency of its combustion. And in Kazakhstan, they went even further and created their own innovative heating technology, a smokeless one. So, how does it work? Back in the Middle Ages, people realized that burning wood was not the best way to release the sun's energy stored in timber. Coal turned out to be much more effective, and the bonfires of charcoal burners began to smoke all over Europe. Subsequently, this technology was named pyrolysis. This is the process of decomposition of organic substances under the influence of high temperatures. In other words, in their operation, pyrolysis heating boilers use the principle of burning the gas released from the wood at high temperatures, rather than burning the wood itself. Such units are also called gas generator boilers, and they are classified as solid fuel long-burning boilers. The pyrolysis gas released during operation is an excellent fuel, much cleaner than wood or coal. The innovative domestic unit also operates on the principle of pyrolysis, but it has its own nuances. It differs from its analogues by high performance, fuel economy, and environmental friendliness. The idea of its creation came to the developers by chance. We were choosing which boiler to install. It became clear that all boilers did not meet environmental standards. They smoke a lot and are not very economical boilers. It requires a lot of labor costs to maintain each boiler and, accordingly, keep stoking personnel. This leads to increased costs. And a group of like-minded people developed their own technology, their own boiler model, which subsequently, together with the professors of the Agricultural University, Department of Heat Engineering, we were developing it over the course of a year, and we patented it. We received a Kazakhstani patent and an Eurasian patent for our model of boilers. The production of Kazakhstani long-burning boilers begins with the cutting of raw materials, metal sheets with a thickness of 4 millimeters. This is done by a device like this called a plasma cutter. The principle of plasma cutting is based on the property of air in a state of ionization to become a conductor of electrical current. The plasma cutter creates the so-called plasma, ionized air heated to a high temperature, and a welding arc, which perform the cutting of materials. By the way, all types of metals with a thickness of up to 220 millimeters are subject to plasma processing. As a result, blank parts of any complexity can be obtained. The operator only needs to set the program. Also at the Enterprise, a part of the metal sheets is cut using a manual press. After all the blank parts are cut, the material is sent for welding. The master joins the parts of the future boiler in a few minutes. First, the inner part of the boiler is assembled. The inner part. Then goes the outer part, meaning it can be made, well, to say that. The boiler consists of two parts. This is the inner part, the firebox, yes, and the outer jacket. That is, after all this, only the additional purchased equipment is installed. This is a turbine, that is, directly for forced air supply, and accordingly a controller that will regulate the power of the turbine and monitor the temperature of the boiler. In other words, this is an automatic control system. It allows to regulate the air supply to the boiler and, accordingly, regulate the temperature. This is, roughly speaking, an ordinary fan, which is put into operation by a command from the controller. The controller, of course, is electronics. Which sees the actual temperature, and it has a target temperature mode. That is, if the actual temperature is higher than the target temperature, then the turbine must turn off. There should be no air supply. If the actual temperature is lower than the target one, then the controller gives a command to the turbine, and accordingly, air is supplied. This smart system allows the boiler to operate in an autonomous mode. Further, when all parts of the future heat source are assembled into a single structure, the product needs to be given a proper commercial appearance. The master sprays the paint manually. Moreover, the cladding of the boiler will be not only colorful but also authentic. National patterns are engraved on each device using a plasma cutter. As a result, we get a two-chamber heating appliance like this, in the upper part of which an exothermic pyrolysis reaction takes place at temperatures from 200 to 800 degrees. A mixture of pyrolysis gas and air is fed into the lower combustion chamber and, burning at a temperature of 1100 to 1200 degrees, releases a very large amount of heat, which is used for heating. The efficiency of such a boiler is significantly higher than that of traditional solid fuel ones, reaching 95%. In fact, it is a mini laboratory. Here the fuel burns out almost completely, and the biggest benefit of this is that the emission of organic waste by pyrolysis boilers is kept to a minimum. This boiler is very economical, and most importantly, they can operate with practically no visible smoke. That is, when the boiler is operating in its mode at full capacity. It is impossible to see this smoke. All substances either settle in the boiler or burn out, and clean air, invisible to the human eye, comes out to the street. Yes. But when we look at the shadow, the shadow shows that the smoke is coming out and the boiler is working. The boiler was measured for the main substances that are usually emitted in boiler rooms. These are carbon oxides, nitrogen oxides, sulfur oxides, and inorganic dust. If we carry out comparative analyses with other enterprises and other boiler rooms, the results here are much lower by a long shot. If we take into account and compare it with the maximum permissible values, it is almost 10 times less here than the maximum permissible values in emissions. The enterprise produces different types of boilers, starting from 25 kilowatts, designed for an area of 200 square meters, and ending with the largest heating unit, Comcore, at 300 kilowatts. The company is just starting mass production. As of today, 150 houses in Astana are equipped with these heating devices. And in the near future, the innovative long-burning boilers made in Kazakhstan will start providing warmth in many regions of the country.